Tonight's edition of our nation's sports show is dedicated to the memories of Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau, who were both tragically killed in a cycling accident on August 29th, 2024 in Old Men's Town, New Jersey by a reckless, drunk driver. Nicknamed Johnny Hockey, Gaudreau was one of the greatest hockey players of his generation. Johnny was drafted in the 2014 NHL draft by the Calgary Flames. Gaudreau was best known in his professional NHL career with the Columbus Blue Jackets. His brother Matt was also a professional hockey player as well. Matt spent time playing in the ECHL with the Reading Royals and also in the American Hockey League with the Bridgeport Sound Tigers and the ECHL's affiliate team, the Worcester Railers. Both Matt and Johnny both played collegiately at Boston College, playing together during the 2013-2014 season. Our thoughts and our prayers go out to the entire Gaudreau family. Johnny leaves behind a wife and two beautiful children. His sister, Katie, was also to be married on August 30th. Johnny was to be the groomsman in her wedding. Again, folks, if you have had multiple alcoholic beverages, do not get behind the wheel and drive, because not only is it dangerous, it is wrong, it is illegal. If you have to call a cab or a taxi, do that. It will save you a few bucks, and also it will save people's lives. Again, tonight's edition of our nation's sports show is dedicated to the memories of Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau. Our nation's sports show. It seemed like it took an eternity, but finally, football is back. Starting tonight, our nation's sports show begins. Our 2024 NFL regular season coverage. Since the month of August, we have given our predictions on every single division in the NFC and the AFC's conferences. Kicking off our 2024 NFL season coverage tonight, we give our predictions on who will punch their ticket to the 2024-25 NFL playoffs, who will play in the Super Wild Card round, who will go to the divisional round, who will play on Championship Sunday, and who will be the final two teams playing in Super Bowl 59. Kicking off the regular season this Thursday, it is a clash of titans. Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens will face Patrick Mahomes and the back-to-back Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, at Arrowhead Stadium. It is the first regular season action for newly acquired acquisition in the offseason for the Ravens. One of the best running backs to play the game of football, Derrick Henry. And starting tonight, we begin our favorite segment of them all as we predict every single game in the National Football League. Tonight, we make our picks for Week 1. From the regular season through the playoffs, all the way to the Super Bowl, our nation's sports show has you covered all season long. The question is, are you ready for some football? It's showtime.
Put up to the court, talking all that is sport, breaking down the latest news, scores, and more. Welcome to our Nation Sports Show.
All right, here we go, everybody. What's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday, everybody. You know what time it is, and you know what day it is. You wanted the best in the world of sports, well, you got the best. It is our Nation Sports Show. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm Messer Vickery, of course, here back with you on a Tuesday, as always. We got an action-packed show for you today. It's going to be a lot of fun, and the rest of our crew will be joining us a little bit here. Just a lot to get into in the world of sports. We got our predictions. We got all the NFL news, NBA news, NHL news, whatever we can get into. It's gonna be a lot of craziness and a lot of chaos, and we can't wait for it. So, first, the ways you can interact with us here tonight. That is, of course, at Owen_Sports Show on the Twitter account, Facebook.com, Instagram.com /Our Nation Sports Show, and of course, live on the YouTube as well at Our Nation Sports Show. Follow us there. Like, subscribe, share, join us in the chat. We love to hear from you guys. And we love to get in, love to hear your guys' predictions, your guys' comments and concerns about the show. And, of course, smash that like button and share with all your friends and family. Also, don't forget to follow Our Nation Sports Show, actually Nation's Corner at The Nation's Corner on YouTube, The Nation's Corner on Instagram, and Nation's Corner across everywhere else. Our sister show, All Things Pro Wrestling, Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific Time on YouTube as well, where the guys and gal talk all things professional wrestling. Get with them on that. Of course, we're all pro wrestling fans as well, but of course, we leave that to them. And they're going to be diving deep into everything that happened, coming off of Bash at Berlin, an exciting Monday Night Raw, and NXT No Mercy, and many other shows that happened this past weekend. So get with them on that on Saturdays. Also, don't forget to follow Too Sweet Cosplay for all your wrestling-related cosplay needs and appearances coming up. Right now, we're kind of on our little bit of a hiatus for the rest of the year, so we will be posting stuff from time to time about the upcoming wrestling pay-per-views, including All Out, which takes place this Sunday, live from the Arena, Chicago, Illinois, where I will be, along with some of the Too Sweet Cosplay team. So check us out there if you see us. Now, enough of my spiel. The only person right now, it's a two-man show, but Joey Thornton and Kevin Rory and a special run-in from our boy Hijacker Mike will be in around prediction battle time. So let's bring in my patriarch here of this damn show. Without him, this show would not be possible. He is my heavy metal brother from North Carolina. I usually have a funny pun at this time, but I'm still half asleep and don't have shit to say. So let's introduce him. The one, the only Big Stevie Wyand. What's going on, brother?
What is going on, my brother? I hope you're not sleepwalking your life away, but that's beside the point. I'm going to try to wake you. You're caught in a spell of dreaming. But what am I kidding here? We are here. We are live. Yes, we are live. We don't need no production limitations to go live because we don't have all the fancy schmancy bullshit to go live on here. It's just us, a webcam, a microphone that is fully live here on YouTube, where we talk about all things sports, and in specific, the National Football League is back for week 1 this Thursday, man, kicking off with the Ravens and the Chiefs, and we are so excited to be here beginning our coverage for the 2024 NFL regular season. Let's get to it. And also, there were some signings in the last week in the NFL and so much more. Let's do this.
Yes, sir. Obviously, we had to start off the show with some sad news, unfortunately, and that is the unfortunate passings of Johnny and Matt Gaudreau, of course, Columbus Blue Jackets forward. We mentioned about it in the beginning of the show. Killed in a cycling accident by a drunk driver. Johnny was 31, Matt was 28 years old. They were killed in New Jersey. Just the overall sad thing that came down. Also, we got to mention too, Steven, is also um got we're gonna talk about the 49ers. Of course, they since you know since, they tied down, of course, a few players and all that, but
Yeah, but this news that came down, I believe it was Friday morning when the news came down. It was confirmed, what happened on Thursday night, and there were rumors circulating on Twitter and social media that there was a possible incident in New Jersey, and people were bringing up Johnny Hockey. People were going, "What's going on?" And all these reports were floating around the internet, and people were going, "Oh my god, oh my god! I hope this isn't true. I hope this isn't true." And unfortunately, the news is true. And him and Matt were out in New Jersey. They were having fun, riding their bikes and stuff and spending time with each other. And then here's this jackass, about 5, 6 beers in or so, and he just thinks that a car's not going to let him pass, and the car wasn't even in the way, and he just plows right through the Gaudreau brothers and kills them. I mean, it's unfortunate that this happened. It's ridiculous that this happened, because this could have been avoided. I mean, to be behind the wheel of any vehicle after drinking multiple alcoholic beverages is just asking for trouble. Not only for yourself, but for those that are around you in other cars, pedestrians on the streets, or people like Johnny and Matthew were riding their bikes. And I mean, even though he was up front with, up front with the questions and being asked and answering them, that still isn't going to change the fact that he deserves to spend the rest of his life behind bars. I mean, he was already, reports came out that he was charged with 2 counts of death, killing the 2 brothers. And it's absolutely crazy. And like I said in the intro, the tribute intro before the main intro, his sister was to be married on that same Friday, the day after the accident, when the news was coming down. And he was to be in her wedding, and the groomsmen in her wedding. I mean, that was supposed to be a celebration of 2 lives coming together, joining forces, and becoming one entity, and sharing this magical moment, and being there with your family and your friends and your close, relatives and your family, and all of this. And that wedding is now marred by tragedy. And it sucks.
yeah, it does, man. It's a sad time for hockey fans and the Gaudreau family and all that. We send them our best. Our prayers and our condolences are with them at this time. Um, and that's pretty much all we can say at this point on that. Just sending them our best and condolences, man. Also, we got to mention doing another crazy incident that happened this week, and that was of course 49ers player Ricky Persall. Ricky
Oh
Persall
my God.
was on his way to an autograph signing when he got approached by a robber who wanted his watch, and he wouldn't give it to him, so he pulled out a gun and they wrestled for the gun. Both Ricky and the robber were both shot. Both were taken to the hospital. Ricky, luckily, is now at home. He is going to miss at least the first 4 games of the regular season. Obviously, by standard rule of the ineligible to play list. And then the robber, after being treated, he was arrested in charge, I'm pretty sure, with attempted robbery. So,
And attempted murder as well. I mean, just crazy. I mean, 2 incidents that went down in the span of 2 days. And this was all over a Rolex? Like, are you kidding me? Like, this is just, it's crazy what people will do to get the things that they want, whether that's, trying to rob people. And it's a damn shame, what this world has become.
yeah, it is, man. It really has been. Excuse me. But yeah, it's crazy. But we're glad that Pearsall's doing better, and he is hopefully will return to the field here within the next few games. So we'll see what happens. Let's see here. It's been a busy week. Of course, we had a bunch of NFL news, of course, leading into the regular season. Let's see here. Some other news real quick. Let's see. I'm looking right now. Oh yeah, we gotta we'll get into the NFL news right now while we wait for the other guys.
Real quick, and also want to mention William here in the chat. Not a problem there, brother. Looking forward to another great year of predictions with you, man.
Yeah, obviously from my end, I know it's not a big deal to a lot of people, but me, got to say condolences to the late great Steve Zana. For those of you who don't know, Steve was a almost 30-year radio DJ in the Chicagoland area. He was known for his 27 years at the country station Indiana 105, which was located in Valparaiso, Indiana, as part of originally Radio 1 Communications, now part of the Adams Radio Group. He was around since I was a kid, and every morning you would hear him on what their morning show, which was called the Dawn Patrol. And he would go on there and talk about news, introduce songs, and have fun conversations. I've even won WWE tickets from him many, many, many years ago, probably over a decade ago.
Nice.
And Steve was an integral part of my listening experience growing up as a kid, as a fan of country music. But he also was on the other stations too. He was on Z107, which is more of kind of a soft rock kind of one, and then X Rock 103.9, which was the standard classic rock station on the FM radio. He passed away yesterday at the age of 63 years old. No determined cause of death, of course, is brand new, fresh news. This morning, they went without a DJ for the first few hours in tribute to Steve. And he was an integral part of the Chicagoland radio community. I know that, especially in Valparaiso, where he loved theater and arts and was a big proponent of that, especially with the university and all the local schools. So definitely he's a missed guy by everybody in the Chicagoland area who listened to him. So I wanted to throw that out there real quick.
Now, before we move on, I do want to ask you this. So, was he, for those that are not in the Indiana, Chicago area, was he still working up until his death?
Yes, he was.
Wow.
Like I said, he started in Indiana 105 in 1997.
So he was working on the rock station up until his death?
Well, Indiana 105 is the country station. He's been on there. He started working more on X Rock and stuff like that over the past, I would say, 6 or 7 years.
Okay.
But yeah, he's worked on both of those stations, but just more recently, he's taken on more roles on there. But he's also was on every morning, Monday through Friday, and he also did stuff with the Porter County Fair as well, which is our local county fair. Whenever Indiana 105 was brought in, sometimes in the mornings he would show up with our other DJ, Mike Summers, who is another figurehead there at Radio 1, formerly now Adams. But he's been around for a good long while, so definitely he's definitely missed by everybody who listened to him.
Yeah, I mean, because that was a huge part of your childhood, listening to him and him introducing songs, and that just showed his pedigree, as a fan of music, because he worked 3 distinctive different stations.
Yeah, he's always because in the mornings he would always come on at like 5, 6 in the morning. I would listen to him. Getting up in the morning for school or heading to something with the parents or whatever the case may be. And introduces saying, good morning from the Dawn Patrol. This is Steve Zana here on Indiana 105, the country station from Chicago to South Bend. And it was always fun hearing his voice in the mornings. Always had energy. Always was a fun guy. I met him once or twice. He was real cool. So yeah, definitely he will be missed by the entire Chicagoland area who loved hearing him in the morning. So, but we got a bunch of other news to get to, and let's get to it. And let's start off with one of the big deals, and that is the 49ers have finally locked up Trent Williams after a slight holdout there. Trent Williams getting $82.66 million with a brand new restructured 3-year deal. That's according to Adam Schefter. He also has $48 million at signing and $25.69 million as a signing bonus. So it looks like Trent is in position to play at the Monday season opener against the New York Jets. Now, our boy Kevin Rory had a few opinions about that, basically saying that Trent Williams just basically didn't want to have to go through the whole, the OTAs and training camp and all that. He would just rather, being a veteran, he would rather just start the season as it is.
Yeah, I mean, I know for the last couple weeks, Kevin's been here on the show talking, about his frustrations with, the Niners, not locking up two other big players. Well, that wish has finally come true, for all San Francisco fans, because, man, having to sweat this one out for the last couple weeks before the regular season even started. I mean, up until literally the week of the season starting. And both, obviously, Williams, one of their most important pieces on the offensive line, in my opinion. It is the most important offensive lineman piece on that Niners front, because when Trent was out of the lineup, there were times where that offensive line was failing to protect Brock Purdy. And Brock Purdy at times was running for his life last year during that losing streak. And when he was in the lineup, Purdy was staying, no pun intended, Purdy good. He was standing up good and, being able to find his targets and read the defensive, assignments and get the ball to his receivers. And when he wasn't there, he was struggling. And obviously when he was back, I mean, they went on a roll and they went on this incredible winning streak that led them to the Super Bowl. And if you want to get back to the Super Bowl, you have to pay your players. You have to make moves. Hint, hint, Cowboys. Still, if for those that have not heard the sarcastic intro that I did for the Cowboys last week, go back and do yourself a favor and listen to that. It is hilarious. I mean, whoop-de-doo, Cowboys. You finally made a move last week. And San Francisco has finally made some big moves going into the beginning of the season, for sure that Williams will be staying with them for a long time. And Brandon Ayuk. And I know Kevin's going to have a lot of thoughts on this Brandon Ayuk signing. I know he is relieved, and Kevin was with me over the weekend. We were hanging out, him and his wife and his daughter were swimming out by the pool, and he was giving his thoughts on, I was like, dude, what are your thoughts? And he was like, finally. Took him this long, finally. And he brought up a great point that they paid him pretty much the money he was offering. Like he was being offered by a lot of money by Pittsburgh and New England, and he wasn't taking it. And San Francisco offered him a similar deal, and I think that he made the right move by staying with San Francisco, because like myself, like Kevin, like Joey, like you, Ezra, have said here on the show, is that if you are the fourth best option on any NFL team and you're a juggernaut of a team, that's a good thing. Because if you have that many high caliber weapons of offense to run the offense through, that means there is no telling who's going to be the number one option during the game. Because on any given Sunday, it could be George Kittle. On any given Sunday, it could be Brandon Ayuk. It could be Deebo Samuel. It could be the best running back, in my opinion, arguably in the NFL today, Run CMC himself, Christian McCaffrey. Hell, there's times that maybe Brock Purdy will take over a game. Because Brock Purdy, we've seen time and time again at times in his young career, he has taken over ball games. And he has made strides as an NFL quarterback. And the fact that Ayuk, his favorite target, is staying in San Francisco, that is wonderful for the 49ers. Because that team is loaded. That team is loaded, folks. That team has so many offensive weapons. And obviously, we can't forget about the best part about that team, arguably, and that's that defense. That defense to me is still going to be headhunters. They are going to be aggressive to start out the season. And what better way? Obviously, we're going to get to this during our pick segment when we do that in the second part of the show at the top, near the top of the hour, when San Francisco takes on the New York Jets and Aaron Rodgers' return to the Jets since 1 year ago, 4 plays, and he was out for the rest of the season after tearing his Achilles. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the San Francisco 49ers this season, because all of the offseason talks about, I'm not showing up until I get paid. Well, Williams and both Ayuk both got paid, and it's wonderful to see that the big money making players are getting their due diligence and getting the contracts they deserve. And I mean, it's like we talked about, Ez. I mean, if you are the 4th best option on any NFL team that's a big time team, that's a good thing, because they are not designed to beat you. They are not designed to stop you. Like, you have to be like you have to be a fool to want to leave a team just for the, that's good, as good as San Francisco is, for the money, because only for the money, because Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and New England, he would have been the de facto #1 offensive target in those systems. And even if let's say if he did go to Cleveland and Amari Cooper were still there, I would even still say he's 1A, 1B, or 1A, 1A plus, between those two players. But if Cooper would have been traded from Cleveland to San Francisco, that definitely would have made Ayuk the #1 overall target on the offensive, side of the ball, other than the running backs. And we're just speaking from a receiver standpoint. And if you're San Francisco, if you're Kyle Shanahan, if you're the rest of that organization, you are relieved that you got Williams and you got Ayuk locked up for a long, long time.
Yes, sir. We usually don't talk about wrestling, but I have to talk about this. The news just broke a few minutes ago, and that is that next week on NXT will be a special open challenge. A TNA Knockouts Championship open challenge. Because Jordan Grace is bringing her open challenge to NXT next week.
Interesting.
Juggernaut returns. But,
man, it is just so cool with this TNA and WWE partnership. I mean, all the way back to the Royal Rumble, even last year, when Hardcore Country hit that PA system and Mickie James came out with the Knockouts Championship belt. And then fast forward a year later, and the Juggernaut herself, Big Mama Pump is your hookup. Holla if you hear her. Jordan Grace coming out there. Stunned we were. We were like, my goodness. I mean, what is happening here? Like, just the music hit, and I was like, what? No. And then she shows up with the TNA Knockouts title, just like Mickie James did a year ago at the Rumble. And obviously say his name and he appears because we believe in Joe Henry and all the things he's done. And it is just, it is awesome to see, that TNA is getting this exposure with the WWE. And you're here for it. I'm here for it. If you're a true professional wrestling fan, you are here for this, because this is unheard of, because this is during the Paul Triple H Levesque era that obviously this is happening, because after all, Triple H is a pro wrestler. He is a pro wrestling fan first and foremost. He grew up wanting to be in this business. And now having a chance to run the company along with Nick Khan and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and everybody else, WWE has hit this wave of momentum, and it's not going away. I mean, they're selling out arenas all over the place. It's insane.
Hey. But let's bring him in. He is here. He's ready to go. It is Joey Thornton. What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? I am so sorry for being late. Had a lot to do this afternoon, but I'm here, ready to talk some sports, and here in just about 45 minutes, start our first pick segment of the year. Let's
Yeah,
get it.
let's do it.
All right, let's continue on with the NFL news for today. Well, for the week, shall we say? There was a little bit of controversy around this. That is that Malik Neighbors, the wide receiver rookie for the New York Giants, is wearing number 1. Now, why is that such a big problem? Well, that is because number 1 was originally retired by the New York Giants for Ray Flaherty. Well, guess what? It's no longer retired now, and it belongs to the new rookie, Malik Neighbors. Now, a lot of people, now there's some people who are happy saying, oh, it's a good tribute to him. Others are saying, maybe not so much. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Listen, I mean, if we're gonna unretire numbers like right now, well then honestly, there are certain numbers that do not need to be unretired. Like 56, like 84, or what, just off the top of my head. I mean, Jerry Rice's number, you know, Brett Favre, or soon to be, sorry, Randy, Tom Brady is going to be in the Hall of Fame. Number 12. I mean, could
And
you
see, and
imagine
also,
if the New England Patriots if they retired Brady's number 12 and then they said, oh, we're going to unretire number 12. That means the next quarterback can wear number 12. And all of that pressure is going to be on that young man's shoulders. You cannot replace greatness.
absolutely, and also think about it from a basketball perspective. What if they decide to unretire MJ's number 23, or Kobe's number 8, or Kobe's number 24?
Please. Oh, leave the memories alone, as they say. Come on.
For real.
Come on.
Yeah, come on, don't alter that bridge.
So- Let's just hope it's. No, I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Yeah, let's not go to the other side of that.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But I agree with you guys. I don't understand it. I don't get it myself.
We're just trying to find the real in this. Come on. Like,
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah. Like, it is just like, come on. Now we're gonna treat numbers like bench treat. Ooh, farewell tour. We're coming back to play. Yay! Like, it's ridiculous.
So moving on here, here's Patriots head coach Jared Mayo announced back earlier last week that Jacoby Brissett will be New England's Week 1 starting quarterback versus the Bengals.
Interesting.
Honestly, it shouldn't matter who starts because Cincinnati's going to thwomp them all over the field.
So wait, Joey. What you're saying is that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
With the Roman Reigns reference, yes, it is.
So Joey, speaking of Paul Heyman, speaking of wrestling, real quick, I mentioned this to Steven real quick. I want to reiterate this to you. It was announced on Twitter earlier, just about maybe 30 minutes or so ago, that next week on NXT, Jordynne Grace will be returning to do her Knockouts Championship Open Challenge she's been doing on TNA Impact on NXT next week.
Wow.
So she's gonna put up the title and face anybody who wants it. So
Yep, and I think I know the one female who's going to challenge her for it.
it could be anybody. It could be anybody from NXT. It could be anybody from TNA. Anybody. It's an open challenge. So
Yep, but I think I know the one female who's going to find a way to get a title shot. The
Who's that?
creepy one. The creepy one. Tatum Paxley.
I'll Tatum Paxley. I think it's gonna be somebody else. I think somebody from TNA is gonna come through the door, shall we say? But we'll get
Interesting, though.
but we'll get into that here in a little bit towards the end of the show. Right now, we got so much other news here. I just wanted to bring that up to you. That was something that me and Steven quickly talked about. Let's see. Of course, Jordan Matthews, tight end, re-signed with the Panthers.
Whoop-de-doo.
Let's see. James Bradbury, cornerback for the Eagles, is on IR. He suffered an injury that is not going to require surgery, but will keep him out for a while.
Interesting.
Yep. Let's see here. Chargers have acquired Taylor Heineke from the Falcons in exchange for a 2025 7th-round pick that converts into a 6th-round pick if is specific.
Oh no! So they finally realized, oh no, we don't have a backup quarterback because if God forbid, if our main man Justin Herbert goes down, oh no, we suck again.
Well, they always have Easton Stick to back up to.
Oh God, he is the drizzling shits.
But see, then again, yes, Heineke may be on the Chargers right now, but they're saying that he's going to be competing with Easton Stick for the backup quarterback position.
Interesting.
So what if Heineke winds up being third string?
Only time will tell.
Yep. And of course, we mentioned this, Joey, before you got in, and that was, of course, Brandon Ayuk getting his big money payday, 4 years, $120 million. That drama's put to an end, and then we mentioned Trent Williams earlier getting his 3-year, $88.26 million deal. That includes a nice little signing bonus and pretty much guaranteed money right at the point. So 49ers got 2 of their main guys finally locked up just before the regular season begins.
Yeah, that is very true. But switching teams here, there is one major player that is technically still in a holdout, and as of right now, since he has not been practicing, his week 1 status is up in the air, and I'm talking about Joe Burrow's best friend, Jamar Chase.
And Kevin and I were talking about that over the weekend.
I mean, Jamar Chase is starting to sound like a freaking drama queen. That's all it is.
Oh yeah.
Starting to sound like a freaking drama queen.
Pretty much.
Yep. Yeah, he is. Let's see right here. Let's see. Of course, we mentioned. Let's see here. Of course, Joey, at the top of the show, we mentioned about. Or no, we can talk about that here in a little bit. We mentioned that. Here we go. Dolphins coach Mike McDaniel has agreed on a new contract that extends him for the 2028 season.
Interesting.
So he's going to stick around for a while. Let's see who else. What's his name? Hollywood Brown for the Chiefs will more likely not play tomorrow, or on Thursday, because of that shoulder injury in that opening preseason game that he suffered. Yep. Chargers have reached a 4-year, $22 million agreement with $12.5 million guaranteed on their kicker, Cameron Dicker. Let's see who else. And by the way, congratulations to College Game Day on a very cool, very awesome debut picks and all that. Of course, the little bit of a contrast between calm Mr. Cool Nick Saban and a hype man of all hype men, Mr. Pat McAfee.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Pat, want to give some flowers to Joe Tessitore after a great start to his Monday Night Raw commentary career. He brought emotion when needed. He sounded, of course, he's gonna get used to everything, but once he does, he'll get it. But he did a pretty damn good job for a first night on Raw. So
He did great during the main event.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
Major props.
The only thing I'll say that really had me cringe was when he did the most anticlimactic big SOB line. Like, ooh.
Yeah, that threw me. That threw me.
I was like, come on, bro. You've been doing good all night long for the most part. And then you went anticlimactic with that delivery. It was, at least Michael Cole gives it a good old college try by raising the volume in his voice a little bit. But Joe will get there. This was Joe's first day officially on the job at the commentary team. And man, this brought back a lot of memories for me with him, because hearing him call, even like, professional boxing bouts, and also in the Fight Night video game series. And he was also the commentator, obviously on ESPN, doing college, sports and stuff like that. And he also lent his commentary pleasures to a couple of Madden's video games. He did Madden 06, Madden 07, and Madden 08 for the next-gen consoles at that time, the 360 and the PS3, respectively. So really cool that he has stepped foot into the professional wrestling landscape and is now the full-time play-by-play man of Monday Night Raw. And I think he's going to do a great job.
Yeah. I agree 100% on that, Steve. Moving on here, the Ravens have signed Tyler Huntley to their practice squad. Of course, mentioned at the top of the show about the shooting that happened with Ricky Pearsall. Of course, it was, like we said, attempted robbery, all that stuff. We're glad he's okay. He's been released from the hospital 4 weeks. He's expected to miss so far. Hopefully he'll be back. We'll see how his recovery is like. But we're glad to hear that he's alive and well. Let's see what else here. Let's talk about this. The big thing that's been going on. That is the holdout between DirecTV and the Walt Disney Company. Of course, once again, all about carrier packaging, pricing, all that stuff. As usual, this happens from time to time, but this is a big deal here. DirecTV will not be carrying ESPN. They will not be carrying ESPN and any of its affiliates, because, including the SEC network. So a lot of fans will be missing out on college football.
Man,
anything for the foreseeable future until Disney and Disney/ESPN and DirecTV can come up with a new carriage agreement.
this is almost similar, guys, to when Spectrum had that holdout with ESPN at the early part of the year, where Spectrum customers at the time, when I was on the cable, when I was a part of the cable package with them, and I'm glad that I kicked that shit in a bucket because the prices have gone out the ass. But Joey knows what I'm talking about with that shit.
Yeah.
And so does Kevin. But customers were without ESPN for quite some time, and people were calling and complaining, and rightly so, because during these big college, football games, and the NFL was still going on at the time, and you're missing out on important games, and how dare you at the worst possible time? You're doing this crap when the NFL and college football are already started or are starting full time this weekend? Get your shit together. Y'all want to know why people keep dropping these cable packages and these TV packages left and freaking right? It's because of crap like this. This is hot garbage. Get it together. Because if you don't, you are going to lose a shit ton of customers if you haven't already. If I'm somebody that is with Dish, I'm calling them and giving them the 411. Hey, fix your shit right now.
No, what's even funnier is if you remember, with a lot of these, what they do is with a lot of these tactics over the carrier packaging is that what they'll do from time to time is some of these networks will put up these things encouraging fans to switch over to whether it be Frontier, Comcast, freaking Dish, or whatever it is they want to switch to, fiber optic, whatever. They, like, for instance, when AMC had that dispute with I believe it was Dish Network. AMC Network,
Coincidentally,
a world famous dispute with Dish Network, and they encourage people to switch over to a different provider in order to see their shows, because this was at the height too of The Walking Dead too, which was a big thing. So they would put out they made special websites, special phone number that would link directly to DirecTV's customer or Dish Network's customer service, and tell people, if you don't get these straightened out, I'm canceling my service and I'm moving to a different provider. So that's exactly what AMC did. That's what a lot of networks have done in the past. They've done it. The networks have tried to push back on these big cable and satellite companies by coming up with these tactics of saying, hey, if you don't, hey fans, if you're going to miss your favorite programs. Viacom even did that once too, where they were like, hey, you're going to miss out on Nickelodeon, VH1, MTV, and all that stuff if you don't, since they won't get their act together, go switch to another network. Here's a list of other providers. Call this number, which was a special number, which led to customer service for whatever it was that they were getting involved with. Tell them you're planning to switch, and it put pressure on the cable company or whatever to come up with some sort of agreement. So, but it's all about it's all about money in the end of the day. It's all about money. It's all about everybody getting what they feel like they deserve at the end of the day. That's exactly what it is.
this is ridiculous on so many levels, because knowing how expensive these cable operators are now when it comes to how they're raising the prices and how they are forcing people that have been loyal to these companies for generations and in decades, being a part of these companies, for 25, 30 plus years or so. And now they're seeing these prices are going up. They have no other choice to leave, because it is so much easier to, with a click of a button on a streaming device, whether it be a computer, your phone, your tablet, to pull up whatever you want to watch. It's proven you don't need to have a cable box to watch television. You don't need to have a cable box to watch sports. You don't need to have a cable provider to watch television shows, movies, you name it. It is all there within a click of a button on a phone, a tablet, or a computer. And I think people are finally realizing that there is a way out of this steep price, hole that they're in. And they're going to alternatives, whether that be Philo or YouTube TV or any of these other services that give them what they want. And they're thinking, I have all these different channels. I don't need all this crap. I can just have the basic stuff and get by with it.
Exactly. Moving on here. Let's see here. Look, people have been naming their team captains for their teams.
Oh no.
Well, no, the Bears made history.
No, I thought you were going to go with the other one. Go ahead.
No. You can bring that up because I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
Okay, go ahead.
But Bears made history already, and they haven't even played a regular season snap. And that is that Caleb Williams has been named a captain of the team. He is the first rookie quarterback in Bears history to be named a captain of a regular season team. no starting quarterback in NFL history, or not NFL history, but in Bears history, rookie starting quarterback in Bears history has been named a team captain. So congratulations to Caleb Williams already on that front.
And also, not to mention, he is not the only captain because, I mean, I'm not sure who all it is, obviously, but
There's-
Chicago, they have 8 team captains. And I'm just like, whoa,
Yep,
that's a lot of team captains.
I can tell Cole Kmet's one of them, DJ Moore.
I'm sure Keenan Allen's probably one of them.
Yeah, Keenan
Oh
Allen,
yeah.
Keenan Allen is, yep. So pretty cool. Leonard Fournette visited with the Indianapolis Colts yesterday.
Wait, who?
Leonard Fournette.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Ooh, he is going to be a nice acquisition for any football team that is looking for a reliable running back.
Yeah.
But don't go to the Panthers. Please. Do not go to the Panthers because they'll literally run your ass into the ground.
Yeah.
Come on, Steven. You know you want to see Leonard Fournette run for your favorite team.
How about no?
How about no? Yeah.
Nada. No.
Yeah, it's a bit much. Let's
Oh,
see.
the one thing I did want to talk about real quick was, speaking of named captains, our favorite ghost tripper of them all, Daniel Jones, has been named the captain of the New York Giants.
Oh, you're kidding me, right?
I am not kidding you. I wish I was lying, but I don't tell lies. Tell me when I'm telling lies, as CM Punk would say.
Oh, I'm telling you, that Giants organization and that front office, they're going to be, if they haven't shot themselves in the foot by now, then I'm surprised that they haven't.
Well, Joey, the one thing I will say, and everybody out there, if you're a Giants fan, please, I want you to think about this for 1 second and 1 minute. Please, I want you to bow your head and pray to the gods above. God, please do not let us get our asses whooped 40-0 in week 1.
Yes, and sadly enough, one of my best bros down in college is a New York Giants fan, and I'm just like,
bless his heart.
He is for real. Well, let's look at the bright side. At least the Giants ain't playing the Cowboys week 1.
I guess you could say that, Mr. Brightside.
The Killers reference.
Yes.
How did it end up like this?
I don't know. You tell me. Oh, wait. I just said it.
Well, somebody told me.
Well, it definitely wasn't somebody that I used to know.
Dude, come on now.
By the way, speaking of Gautier, he had number 1 hit. Gautier had that number 1 hit with that song, and all of a sudden he just disappeared on the face of the earth. He went from being a big time celebrity with Grammys and all this stuff, now to being just somebody that we used to know.
Oh my God, y'all, come on.
Oh, come on. We're fired up. It's the first Tuesday of September. It's the first show of the NFL previewing our of week 1. We're so freaking jacked to the Gilligan, son. Come on.
Well, I guess every once in a while we can find some time to shake it up.
Uh-huh.
Devo? Fucking Devo?
Well, you know what?
Our boy Chad would love you for that one.
You know what? I'm moving out. No, this is not Anthony's song. No.
No. Steven's making moves. That's what it is.
Was he making billions of dollars?
$1 billion babies.
We just went from primetime players to Alice Cooper. Okay, let's stop this now before it gets too far.
Let's stop now before it gets too far gone.
I think it already has.
There we go. Metallica reference. There we go.
There you go.
Back on track. Let's see. Christian McCaffrey returned to practice today after being out with that strained calf. So
Awesome. I'm going to need him in week 1.
Oh yeah, you are.
I'm going to need him in week 1.
Oh yeah, because you're fantasy football league.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
By the way, here, guess what? There's going to be a new daytime analyst for the NFL for NFL coverage. The new analyst, his name is Jason McCourty.
Jason McCourty. Okay.
Ooh, interesting.
He's going to be doing stuff for Get Up, First Take, NFL Live, and Sports Center.
Lord, I thought you were going to surprise us all by saying Chris Collinsworth.
There's a guy.
Here's a guy.
By the way, there's somebody said that the other day, and I immediately went, "Now there's a guy." And he looked at my buddy, looked at me like, "What?" I'm like, you're not gonna get the reference. By the way, speaking of team captains, the Texans have announced their team captains. They got 7 of them.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
The team captains are Laramie Tunsil, Jimmy Ward, John Weeks, Will Anderson Jr., Arzez Al-Shir, Stephon Diggs, and CJ Stroud.
I was about to say, you better include CJ Stroud in that list.
He saves the best for last.
Of course. Got to build anticipation. Let's see here. Steelers will be without starting left guard Isaac Swallow for the season opener. What else? Jahmyr Gibbs for the Lions said he is ready to go for week 1 after a hamstring tweak. So, also Cameron Hayward has signed a new 3-year contract with the Steelers to remain their defensive tackle. And then Kadarius Toney visited with the Seahawks today.
He's getting desperate at this point.
Good, he could drop some passes for them.
Yeah.
Oh, here's some restructured contract news. The 49ers restructured a contract that won Deebo Samuel, creating $60.4 million in cap space.
See, that right there is why San Francisco continues to make moves later on in the offseason compared to the Cowboys all offseason long.
Yes.
That's 3 of their weapons already either getting paid or taking pay cuts to stay with the team. That is the makings of a winning organization.
Yep. Let's see here. Also, Ravens have restructured the contracts of Justin Tucker, Roquan Smith, and Nnamdi Madubuike, creating $9.3 million of cap space in their area. And the Jets have restructured the contracts of Quincy Adams and Tyler Conklin, creating $8 million in cap space for them. Also, the Jets have reached an agreement with Michael Carter II, their cornerback, on a 3-year, $30.75 million extension. Also, to a circuit court judge in Florida dismissed the lawsuit filed by 2 women against former Jaguars kicker Brandon McManus and the Jaguars that accused Manus of sexually assaulting them on the team's overseas trip to London last year. That was a running hot story. That's but that's about it in the world of the NFL, right there and then. So let's see real quick. Because I know we should be joined by Hijacker Mike and Kevin in just a few. I believe they're both coming on, correct, Steven?
I believe that is correct, yes.
Okay, just double checking. Let's see here. Oh, Steph Curry signed a 1 year, $62.6 million contract extension in the world of the NBA, of course.
Somebody got paid.
Yes, he did. Also, the Clippers have signed a 3 year, $58.56 million extension with Ivica Zubac. So he got a little bit of coin as well.
Yeah, he did. I mean, Curry, I mean, after helping the US reach their goals and winning the gold medal again, I mean, he deserves that money that Golden State's giving him.
Yes, he does. I agree. Pacers have agreed to a 4-year extension with
Right on cue.
with the name Never See the Super Bowl.
What's up, everybody?
What is up, my brother? We were just hanging out the other day.
Hey, yes, sir. Yes, sir, we were.
I'm sorry for you, Kevin. But hey, man, glad to have you on. What's going on, man? Anything new in your world today?
Yeah, not much. Just been a little busy, trying to keep up and get everything taken care of. But figured I'd hop on for the predictions portion and let everybody know my predictions for Week 1 scores and previews.
Before we get to that, Kevin, I know we talked about it in person, but talk about how relieved you are that both Williams and Ayuk have been given their contracts.
I knew the Trent Williams was coming. The best left tackle in the game, probably the premier offensive lineman in the game. It was definitely coming. But my thing is, I think this was really handled a month ago. But Trent Williams, he's 36. He don't give a damn about training camp. He was like, you know what? This gives me an excuse to go play golf throughout the whole month of August and then come back ready to play.
Yeah,
So that's what I really thought it was. And Trent finally, first day of practice for the Jets next week or on Monday night, and he's all of a sudden back with a new contract. So he just didn't want to do training camp. I can't say I blame him. He's 36. He's too old for that shit.
and then Ayuk obviously got what he wanted, and he deserves it too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he definitely deserved it. They finally found a middle ground, so I definitely am glad about that.
And also, the news came down today that Deebo Samuel has restructured his contract.
Yep, making cap room. Also, even better news for us 49er fans, Christian McCaffrey is back as a full participant of practice yet today.
Mm-hmm.
So he's back fully healthy. So we got the band back together.
This is going to be a long night for the Jets.
Oh, yes, that indeed.
Oh yeah, definitely. But ladies and gentlemen, I know we're waiting on our boy Hijacker Mike too, but he'll join us in a few, I'm sure. But let's go ahead and get started with the legendary, undeniable. No, I'm not talking about Stevens Carolina Panthers. I am talking about the prediction battle.
Oh, real quick, they are legendary at failing and losing.
Well, actually, hang on a second, gentlemen. What about our playoff predictions?
Oh, playoff.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, all right, let's do that. Why don't you guys go ahead and lead off real quick? I got to take care of one thing. I'll be back in a second. I'm just one thing. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. So go ahead. Whoever wants to lead off, lead off.
I'll go ahead and start. I'm going to start off in the AFC. So obviously we know that there's 7 teams that'll be going to the playoffs from each division or each conference. So, with that being said, I'm going to go 1 through 7. Number 1, it's hard to pick against them because they've won back-to-back Super Bowls. So, I'm sticking with the usual. Number 1, I'm going Kansas City. I think Kansas City is going to find a way to get that number 1 spot yet again because as long as they have Patrick Mahomes at quarterback and Andy Reid on that sideline, they're starting to become another version of Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. and it's going to be hard to beat that. So give me the Chiefs at number 1. Number 2, here's where it gets interesting. I'm going to give the edge to the Baltimore Ravens for number 2. I think Baltimore is going to give Kansas City a dogfight come Thursday night. At least I'm hoping so. And it's not going to surprise me if Baltimore actually does walk away with the win. But seeing as how they're playing at Arrowhead, it's going to be tough for Baltimore to get on track in the early going. So I'm going to give the edge to the Ravens for the number 2 seed. Number 3 seed, I'm going to go with Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
Because, yes, Josh Allen doesn't have Stephon Diggs, and yes, he doesn't have Gabe Davis to throw to anymore. But I do think Buffalo has gotten some, I wouldn't say star-worthy replacements, but I would say decent replacements in regards to Curtis Samuel signing him from Washington, as well as Shakir and the rookie Keon Coleman out of Florida State. So I think Keon Coleman, based on what I've seen so far, I think he has audacity to solidify his way and to help Josh Allen get a guy of the Buffalo Bills to that number 3 spot. And before I continue, I want to say what's up to Mr. Hijacker Mike, who has just joined us. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, guys? How y'all doing?
What's up, brother?
All right, man. How about yourself?
Let's get ready for football season, man. Get in here and jump in with you guys and do some predictions.
Yep, and also predicting our playoff brackets as well.
Yes, and now that we got the whole game together, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Number 4, I'm going to say, or actually, you know what? Switch my number 3 and my number 4. Number 3, I'm going Houston, and number 4, I'm going Buffalo.
Okay.
For my wild cards, number 5, you know what? For number 5, I'm going to go the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm liking what Antonio Pierce has been able to do ever since he took over as the head coach midway through the season last year. So I think he has the Raiders where he needs to be right now. And with the fact that they were able to get Christian Wilkins to team up with Max Crosby back there on defense, that Raider D-line is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Number 6, I'm going to go with the Miami Dolphins because, I mean, come on. You got Tua back there. You got Tyreek Hill. You got Jalen Waddle. You got a 2-headed running back monster in Raheem Mostert and Devin Achane. And not to mention, you got Odell, who's working his way up to being the number 3 receiver. And, yeah, Odell's going to miss at least the first 4 games of the season. But I still think he'll be able to come in and make a big splash. And number 7. Oh, man, this is going to be rough. But, man, you know what? I'm going to go kind of a surprise here. As long as he stays healthy and as long as he lives up to the hype that everybody is trying to give him this year, I'm going to go with a complete surprise here and go the Indianapolis Colts at number 7.
That's not who I had on my bingo card. Wow.
I'm taking the Indianapolis Colts because they are giving Anthony Richardson a lot of hype right now, saying that he's going to be one of the best quarterbacks to really make a splash in this sophomore season since his rookie year was cut short.
Mm-hmm.
And also with Michael Pittman and Jonathan Taylor back there helping him out on offense. And that Colts defense, yeah, they still have a little bit of holes in their defense, but every defense has holes at some point.
Right.
But the Colts, they actually have some good playmakers back there on defense based on what I've been reading and seeing. So I'm going to go with a complete surprise, and I'm going to Colts number 7.
All right.
And as far as the NFC, number 1, I mean, got to go with San Francisco. I mean, this is the most talented team in the entire NFC. Now that they got the complete band back together,
Yep.
with them signing Ayuk and Trent Williams and them getting Christian McCaffrey back and restructuring Debo's contract. I mean, Brock Purdy, he's going to be living in the spotlight for yet another season.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be the Niners number one. Number two, I'm going to go with the team that just about made it to the Super Bowl last year, completely surprised a lot of people by going so far in the playoffs, and that, of course, is the Detroit Lions. I mean, I'm loving what Dan Campbell has been able to do with this Detroit Lions franchise, and I can see him potentially challenging San Francisco for that number one spot, but in the end, I think they're going to finish up at number two. Number three, I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles. I think Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, as well as that defense, they're going to find a way to rebound. And one thing about the NFC East is we have not had a repeat winner in several years.
Nope.
And that trend is going to continue this year with the Philadelphia Eagles winning the NFC East. And number four, I'm going to say Tampa Bay because Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, the Buccaneers defense, the running game, they're going to it's going to come down to them in Atlanta for sure as to who's going to win the NFC South, but I'm going to give a very slight edge to Tampa Bay. I think they're going to find a way to go to the top of the NFC South this year. My wild cards, let's see. Number five, I'm going to go the Los Angeles Rams.
Ooh.
Matthew Stafford back there, as well as Kyron Williams and Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. They're going to find a way to put some points on the board for the Rams this year. Now, they're going to be losing, well, they're going to be missing Aaron Donald this year since he announced his retirement, but I still think the Rams have enough playmakers to guide them to a wild card spot for sure in the playoffs. Number six, I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers. I'm going Green Bay. I'm going Green Bay at number six. And number seven, as much as I hate to say it, I got to go with Dallas. I got to go Dallas number seven. I think Dallas.
Joey just wants that Detroit-Dallas rematch in the playoffs this time. That's what he wants.
All right, I do. Now, I would love to see Washington supplant Dallas and possibly get that number seven spot, but as excited as I am to see this new Commanders team, I don't think we're ready for the playoffs just yet.
Nope.
So I'm going to give the nod to Dallas at number seven.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and do mine short and sweet. AFC 1 seed, I got the Chiefs. I think it's gonna be basically last year all over with the Ravens, except this time at Arrowhead at the end come January. I got the Chiefs as a 1 seed, got the Ravens as a 2 seed, I got the Dolphins as a 3 seed, and I got the Texans as a 4 seed. No, it's not a knock on Houston, but when I look at these offenses, the top 3 offenses are clear cut, top-notch offenses. That ain't a knock on Houston. That's just how stacked the conference is. I think Houston's got a very talented offense, but you look at a Mike McDaniel offense, an Andy Reid offense, and a Lamar Jackson offense, 2-time MVP. It's just stacked. So I got Houston as a 4 seed. My 5 seed, this is where things get tricky. I got the Cincinnati Bengals as a 5 seed. My 6 seed, this going to be a little shocker. My 6 seed, I'm actually going to, 6 seed, I'm going to go Buffalo. I think the Bills find a way to get in a 6 seed.
Okay.
And my 7 seed, I got the Vegas Raiders creeping in as the 7 seed and get to go to Baltimore for the first round game. My NFC divisions, I'm going to go a little different because it's so hard to repeat as the number 1 seed, just like I didn't pick the Ravens. I'm going to go Detroit gets the 1 seed. And like the other conference, I think the conference championship games, and I'm getting far, I think that's going to be a repeat, different venues. I think one's going to be an Arrowhead, Ravens, Chiefs. other one in Detroit at Ford Field with San Francisco and Detroit. And I got San Francisco as the 2 seed. I got Philadelphia as my 3 seed. I got Atlanta as my 4 seed. My 5 seed, I got Green Bay. I still don't trust them fuckers because I still have to see more out of Jordan Love, so I don't know. My 6 seed, I got the Rams. Again, I don't trust them fuckers either. They could go out and give up 60 to any offense any day because their defense is shit. But here's where my shocker is. My 7 seed, I got Dallas missing the playoffs. I got the Chicago Bears as the 7 seed.
Holy shit!
Creeping in there with an 8-9 record
Wow.
because I have Dallas finishing about the same, but I think Chicago, based off of their strength of their victories this year, will end up overtaking Dallas for that 7th seed in the NFC.
Man, Kev,
real
you
quick.
basically read my mind on most of these picks. Go ahead, Joey.
I'm gonna say real quick. I'm actually subbing out my number 7 seed. I'm snubbing Indianapolis and going with Cincinnati.
Okay. So I'll make mine short and sweet. AFC Chiefs number 1. Number 2, Baltimore. Number 3, Miami. Number 4, Houston, same as Kevin. Wild cards, I got number 5, Cincinnati. Number 6 seed, I got Buffalo. Again, same as Kevin. Number 7 is a little different for me. Again, it depends on can he play more than 4 fucking snaps. Aaron Rodgers and the Jets will squeak their way in to the playoffs. NFC side of things. San Francisco, number 1. Number 2, Detroit. Number 3, Philadelphia. Number 4, Atlanta. My wild cards. Number 5, Dallas. Number 6, I have Green Bay. And number 7, I have the Rams. Now, the interesting question is, who do I have barely missing the playoffs? I'm going to say as far as NFC side of things, Chicago is going to barely miss. I think the Raiders are going to barely miss. Maybe Pittsburgh will hover around there, but they'll still go over 500, but they're not going to make it. I think that the Colts can make some noise, but they're not going to get in. I think that I think the Chargers are going to be about where they always been in the AFC. I think that as far as the NFC side of things, I think Tampa, that's going to be the deciding factor is between Tampa and Atlanta, because Tampa and Atlanta are about evenly matched. It's either going to be one of those teams winning the NFC South. I don't see both of those two teams making it at the same time.
Yeah, it's crazy. For me, I gotta go. Obviously, if we're talking the NFC, obviously number 1 is San Fran, no doubt. That's not even a fucking question. That San Fran's got that locked away. Got it locked like the Usos had the penitentiary locked, man.
Yeet.
Yeet. And then I gotta go Detroit at number 2. Because I think Detroit, just based on the strength of their team and the strength of the offense and how good they were last season, and especially now with a lot of the team members' contracts taken care of, teams healthy, it's gonna be insane to say the least. It's a tough one here, but I'm gonna go with as far as teams, I'm going to go with the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go with the Eagles, of course. Can't bet against Philly with the 2-punch combo of Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown. Come on, that's a hard thing to beat. And then for the wild card spots, that's a toughie. I gotta go with the wild cards. I gotta go with Green Bay, because just based on Jordan Love's experience, getting experience as a secondary quarterback in the team, even though it is a rebuild, they're adding new pieces and they do have a little bit more experience. Let's see here. Also, I got to go with, of course, Chicago. Can't go against it without my Bears, you know.
The Bears.
Yeah. So, how many wild card spots are we picking, boys? I'm trying to remember.
3. It's 3. 5, 6, 7.
Okay, so yeah, I've got Green Bay. Well, actually, yeah, I've got Green Bay. I got Chicago, and then the other one. This is a tough one, but shut up, phone. You know what? I'm gonna give it to Dallas, as much as I hate to admit it.
All right.
And I'd rather see them last place, barely hanging on by the skin of their teeth. Yes, make enough reference intended.
No escaping pain.
Yep. AFC or AFC in general, it's gonna be a dogfight, but number one, I'm gonna have to go with this is gonna shock number one. I'm gonna go with Miami.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Miami just because I think Kansas City losing a lot of integral pieces, I think, is gonna be a thing that's gonna, I think, affect them. You know, and they say, oh, if you know, especially them losing several big key players during free agency and all that. So, and then we got Kansas City at 2.
Okay.
Number 3, I've got the Houston Texans, of course.
Holy shit. Going completely against the grain with the seedings. Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
Why do I have to be the same as you, the Drools? And then actually, no, I'm going to flip-flop. Number 3, Baltimore. Number 4, Houston.
Okay.
I'm going to flip-flop them because Baltimore, to me, is just right now on another level.
Yeah.
Texans are playing great ball and all that. Don't get me wrong. CJ Stroud showed out last season. But, yeah. Baltimore, look out. So that's where I'm going with that. And then the wild card teams, Cincinnati, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Buffalo.
Okay.
And the Colts.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right.
Hijacker, do you have any the playoff predictions?
As I'm just kind of going through as you guys are talking, I really didn't go to pick, but I can throw a few teams that I think that will make the playoffs in there. Coming from the NFC first, I know the Rams, Lions, Cowboys, Falcons, Niners, Packers, and Eagles will all be in there. I don't know who will be that 8th seed, but that's who I think will be there from the NFC side. And then from the AFC side, we have the Chiefs, Ravens, Dolphins, Texans, Bengals, Chargers, and Jets. And 8th seed, I'm not sure on that one.
Okay.
The Jets will slide in there by the hair of Aaron Rodgers' chinny chin chin.
Well, to correct you, Hijacker, it is 7 teams in each conference.
Okay, then it's changed on me. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I have to catch up. I got to catch up. I haven't had a chance.
You're right on the nose when it comes to a lot of these teams. What we're picking.
And also, you're completely snubbing the Buffalo Bills.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't think Allen's gonna have it this year.
Okay. All right.
All right, gents. I believe it is now time.
I believe it's that time too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and Steven, we are ready to do our Oh man, this is what I miss so much here, guys. Obviously, we're gonna go to the week 1 schedule. And obviously we start off with Thursday. It is going to be Baltimore Ravens taking on the Kansas City Chiefs at 7:20 or at 8:20 Eastern.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give my prediction for this one.
Go for it.
Like I said, it's gonna be a dogfight, but I see this coming down to the absolute wire with a game-winning field goal by now the most expensive kicker in NFL history. Now, I'm talking about Justin Tucker, I'm talking about Harrison Butker. I'm going Chiefs 31, Ravens 28.
It's tough. It's tough. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs to avenge their loss from last year against Detroit on opening night. I think they're gonna beat the Ravens in a close one. I'm gonna go Kansas City 27-23.
Okay.
I'm I'm actually going to go against the grain, and with the same logic, I think the Ravens are the ones that's going to avenge their championship loss because Xavier Worthy, rookie wide receiver, no Hollywood Brown. I think defensively, this is going to be a turnover field, like defensive battle. I got the Ravens winning 21-17.
Ooh, I like his logic on this
Whoa.
one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Kevin. I'm gonna go Baltimore as well.
Look at this already, a tie. This is great.
I'm gonna go with Kevin. I'm gonna go with Kevin. But I think Baltimore is gonna ball out in this game. They're gonna win this big. Not overly big, but they're gonna win it 31-24.
Ooh.
All right,
Okay.
Hijacker, you're breaking the tie, man.
All right. With the 20 safeties that will happen in this game. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Good defense.
Not
Go with
this
the
again.
safeties.
Not this again.
Hey, you guys started this shit last year, so let me go ahead and start it this year for y'all since I didn't get in on week 1 last year. But this time for our first game of the season, Thursday night, which I will be working in the lounge and being able to enjoy the game with everybody else here that night, I got Kansas City winning this one 27-24.
All right.
It's going to be a nose bat. It's going to be a battle to the end, in my opinion. It'll probably be a one game by a field goal at the end.
All right.
All right. Next. Joey, you're muted.
My fault. But now we got a Friday game, but it's not located here in the U.S.
It's in Brazil.
Yes, it is. It is in Brazil, and it is the Green Bay Packers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, man, this one's tough.
Again, I got my questions about Green Bay. I think Philadelphia wins this one easily. I got Philadelphia winning 28-14.
I like Kevin's
I
confidence
need
in
to
your
see
pick.
more from Jordan Love. I more than 8 games.
I'm gonna go with Philadelphia, but not in a blowout. I'm gonna go Philadelphia to beat them by 8, 28-20.
All right. Well, I'll jump in here with you guys on this one. Now, since this game is being played out of the country, does Philadelphia lose a home game off of this? Because I used to hate that when I was an Oakland fan. When they would play out of the country or play at another location and it was considered a home game, we would actually lose that home game as a home crowd fan. So does Philly actually lose a home game because of this?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because you're ripping
that's a good
off
question.
one of the strongest NFL cities in the country from a home game, and I wouldn't be too proud and happy about that if I
That's
was
a good
Philly
call,
fan.
Mike, because if you think about it, if they are designated as the quote unquote home team, like you
Yes,
just said, you're ripping away a home game from the fans.
which I would consider this technically road games for both of them, but I do pull Philadelphia out on this one 31-17 over Green Bay.
Ooh. Okay.
Well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and go next. I'm going to bring back a fan favorite of ours, or should I say a host favorite. I'm going to have a weird score here.
Okay.
I'm going with the Eagles 25-18.
Oh.
Well, if you're referencing weird scores and referencing me, my next game is my weird scores, if you were wondering.
Oh boy.
Okay.
All right, Ezra, who you picking?
Ugh. You know what? I'm gonna be the asshole in this. I'm going Philadelphia. Fuck Green Bay and their overrated Lambeau tax. I'm gonna go 24-21.
And of course, just so everybody knows, I got the score sheet right here, baby.
Congratulations! You can write a score sheet. I'll send you a cookie in a minute. All right. All right, we got everybody's on that
Yep.
one.
Yep.
All right, moving on to the first Sunday game. Well, one of the first Sunday games, and that is the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Atlanta Falcons in the ATL. Oh,
All right,
Well,
Kevin.
well, I just wanted to say that wasn't my weird score, but it also is going to be another weird score because these offenses have a lot to be desired. Kirk Cousins off an Achilles, and Pittsburgh with two ass and two cheeks at quarterback, so we don't know what we're going to get. But you know what? I think the new and improved Atlanta defense is what's going to win this game, and I got Atlanta winning 15-12.
Jesus, look at that
Oh.
score.
Oh, that's a score.
3 field goals.
I'm gonna go
Steelers.
with so no safeties. I got it.
Not
I'm
yet.
gonna go with Atlanta. I'm gonna go 20-16.
All right, well,
Okay.
Here we go. I got a score for y'all.
Okay.
Ah, shit.
Atlanta over Pittsburgh, 17-15 on a game-winning safety.
You motherfucker.
See,
you're the first
once
one
you
to put
guys-
a safety score. What an ass!
once you guys get started with that safety shit, it's not going to end.
We're going to be predicting our scores. Hey, here's my score, and it's going to include X amount of safeties.
It's like the song that doesn't end; it goes on and on, my friend.
Yeah, we started with the safety shit so much that I'll be on FanDuel predicting someone recording a damn safety, hoping like hell I win.
Well,
Yes, I just won money. What did you win it on? Oh, safety.
Well, hell, both Atlanta and Pittsburgh might as well just start running out the back of the end zone in the first quarter.
Man, I must have Dan Orlovsky at quarterback at that point.
There you go.
Good lord! All right, Hijacker, what's your score, man?
All right, I got Atlanta 17-13 over Pittsburgh this weekend.
Okay.
Very similar,
All right, Ezra.
very similar score to Hijacker, but it's going to go 3-up, 20-17.
Ooh.
Atlanta over the Steelers.
Okay.
Okay. All right, next.
All right, next one is the Arizona. My quarterback is busy playing Call of Duty Cardinals versus the Buffalo Bills.
Give me Buffalo in this one. This one is going to be a no-brainer. Give me Buffalo. I'm going to go 31-13.
I want to say a high score. I'm picking Buffalo. I just don't know what that offense looks like. It could be complete dog shit for a while. I think Buffalo wins it, but it's going to be closer. I think Buffalo's going to win 20-13.
I like what Kevin's thinking with this. I'm going to go to a similar score in a way, but I'm going to give Arizona 4 more points. I'm going to go Buffalo squeaking it out 20-17.
Okay, I got Buffalo 23-9 on this one.
Ooh.
And my former center fielder is starting for Arizona, isn't he?
Is he? Hey, put him in, coach. He's ready to play.
Yeah, he's only going to get 3 field goals out of it, in my opinion, but all good. No safeties, field goals.
Could it be center field?
Of course. Give me Buffalo. Give me Buffalo in this one. Give it to me 28-17.
All right, next.
Next one is it's going to be the game I'm looking forward to, and that is the Tennessee Titans going to Soldier Field to take on the debuting Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears.
Oh, yeah, Ezra, this game is really going to tug at you a little bit because these are your 2 favorite teams, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, it is. It is my 2 homes, Chicago and Nashville. Let me give this one. I'm going to say right now, Bears win. Caleb Williams throws 3 touchdowns. throws for over 250 yards in his first game. Final score 27 to 14. Chicago.
Similar score for me. I got Chicago 27-17.
Actually, very, very similar score for me. 28-17 Chicago.
All right, I'm going against the grain. I see Tennessee coming in and sneaking by on this one, 21-17 on the road.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick the Bears and Caleb. I'm going 23-20 Bears over Tennessee.
Okay. All right. I'll go ahead and introduce. Oh wait, Ezra's back. All right, Ezra.
I'm back, guys. All right, moving on to the next game. It is the New England Pawtucket Patriots. Oh wait, not Family Guy. New England Patriots taking on the Cincinnati Bengals with their quarterback, the American Nightmare, Joe Burrow.
No. It's the American Nightmare, Slim Shady.
Adrenaline in my soul, something, Joe Burrow.
Give me Cincinnati to win in a bludgeon bloodbath.
Okay, well, real quick. Okay, I just popped Hijacker, who's usually the most laid back, nonsensical, doesn't tell shit. I popped him, so guess what? Today's a good day.
I'm gonna go Cincinnati 28-6.
Oh God. You know what? I'm gonna get the Patriots one touchdown. No safeties, no field goals.
Damn it.
I'm going Cincinnati 31-7.
You know what? Oh dear God. Okay, I'm this is gonna be ugly. Just like the American Nightmare himself, Cody Rhodes with 3 crossroads, I think Joe Burrow throws 3 touchdowns. And to replicate that, and I think they win 24-3.
Oh.
All right, I got Cincinnati on this one, 17-7. New England gets a touchdown by defense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 27. I'm gonna go 27-10 Cincinnati.
Okay.
All right.
Next game.
Next game is going to be the Texans going to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.
Oh, this is going to be a hard fought game. I love this game. I'm going to go Houston to beat Indianapolis in a shootout. 30-27.
Oh, I was thinking something along the same score, but I'm going to go 1 point one way and 1 point the other way. Texans over the Colts, 31-26.
Ooh.
28-24, Houston over Indy.
All right. I got another shootout as well by 7, Indianapolis, 31-24.
Okay.
Oh, he's picking the Colts. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes Kevin.
What was the game?
Indy and Houston.
I'm gonna say this one's a shootout.
Lucas Oil, by the way.
Give me Houston 30-27.
Oh, same score as me. Nice.
Okay.
All right, next.
All right, next one is going to be the Jags. In other words, Tony Montana's favorite team, taking on Miami Dolphins.
Oh, Jacksonville, you've circled the wrong date on your calendar to face
Yeah,
Tua Tagovailoa. Oh my God.
I'm going to go Miami in this one. I'm going to go 31-17.
Oh,
34-20 Miami.
I'm going to go Miami in this one. I'm going to go 31-20.
I got Miami 21-10 over Jacksonville in this one.
Okay.
Waiting on Kevin to
All right,
get.
Kev.
Hey, what's the game?
Jacksonville and Miami.
Oh dear God. Oh, Trevor Lawrence just got paid and he's about to show it. I got Miami winning and Trevor Lawrence throwing 4 interceptions. Give me Miami.
Jesus.
Give me Miami 33-7.
Oh.
All right. This next game is going to be great. I can't wait for this one.
Oh no, here we go.
Carolina versus New Orleans.
Fuck you.
Let me start it. Let me start it. This is my weird score. This is my weird score. This is my weird score. I got the Saints beating Carolina 12-10 with a go-ahead safety in the fourth. The Saints fumble in the end zone and kick it out the back. 12-10, Saints win.
This guy.
Led by the 2 XFL quarterbacks, Derek Carr and Bryce Young. Because they
No,
did not
nice
belong
fucking
in the
life.
NFL.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. And this is the game where On Sports Show gets canceled.
Well, if Kevin's going a weird score, I'm going an annihilation.
Oh no.
No, actually, as a matter of fact,
How many safeties?
I'm calling it right now. Shut out City, 13-0.
Oh.
You know what? I was going very similar, Joey.
Yeah.
I was gonna go 16-0.
I'm gonna go New Orleans. I'm gonna be generous. 17-3.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
But not by much.
I got New Orleans 24-17. I'm gonna give Carolina a little more respect than that.
Yeah, too bad they couldn't give their fans that with a better team. Moving on. Here we go. This one's gonna be fun. Vikings versus the Giants.
Oh,
It's the Vikings against the Danny Dimes losers.
I cannot believe I'm saying this, but
No.
with all the injury luck that the Minnesota Vikings have endured, they have a chance to be 1-0, and they will on the backs of Justin Jefferson and Aaron Jones, because Sam Darnold, oh my God, Sam Darnold and playing Daniel Jones is like playing each other in the damn mirror. They both see ghosts. So I guess on today's episode of Ghost Hunters, it's going to be Daniel Jones versus Sam Darnold. But give me the Vikings in this one. I'm going to go Minnesota 21, New York 10.
All right, give me Minnesota in this one. It'll be ugly. Give me this is gonna be the closest score you'll ever see me have in this show, probably 14-13.
that is about as close as you're going to get with these two shitty teams. Give me
defensive touchdowns.
Good Lord.
I'm going to go Minnesota as well. It's going to be ugly. I'm going to go 13-10.
All right. I got Minnesota 23-16 over the Giants.
Oh man, you guys don't want to know my score.
Go for it.
Vikings over the Giants 12-8.
Oh.
12-8.
Lord have mercy. All right, next game, Raiders and the Chargers in LA.
All right, yeah, this starts our 4:00 games, I believe.
Yep, that is 4:05 start.
Well,
you know what? I'm gonna go and kick this one off. I'm gonna go with the Raiders. I'm going the Raiders 24-17.
I'm gonna go to Raiders too. I'm gonna go 21-20.
You know what? I'm going to go with the Vegas Raiders as well. 23-20.
Give me the Raiders. Raiders this one. I'm gonna go Raiders 23-13.
No. You guys got it all wrong. Chargers 4-2. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
I was like, you can't. Are you serious?
Just kidding. Just kidding. But I do have the Chargers winning this one 14-10.
Whoa.
Whoa.
And you guys know why.
Yeah, I think we know why.
I think we know why too.
Hey, that's more reasonable than Randy having the Bucks losing 56-0 for no damn reason because Tom Brady was there once upon a time.
Well, okay, but going back to what you said about the Steelers having two ass, two cheeks for the two quarterbacks, why don't we have the Russell Wilson Bowl coming up next?
Oh yes, the Broncos
we
and the
do.
Sea Chickens.
Yep, the Walmart throwbacks and the Seattle Sea Chickens.
You know what? I'll start this one off. This is going to be my surprise of the week. I think the Broncos beat the Seahawks.
Whoa.
Broncos win 2017 because Geno Smith wrote, and guess what? The Broncos wrote back. So, yeah, I think he has a pretty bad game. 2017 Broncos.
You know, I honestly can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm siding with Kevin. I'm going the Broncos. I'm going to go 24-20.
Man, there is no way. I mean, this Denver team is so up and down. Like, hey, if I'm wrong, I'll eat crow. I don't care. But I'm going to go with Seattle to beat Denver in a close one. I'm going to go Seattle 24-20.
Same score, but just different winner.
Yep.
Give me the freaking You know what? This is going to be the one game where I'm actually going to give Denver the win. And the reason why? Actually, I'm kidding. No.
Thanks, guys.
Yep, give me the Sea Chickens. Give me the Sea Chickens in this one. Yikes. 17-10. All right, next. Right?
Oh,
This
hijacker.
This one here. Well, I'm gonna give my score, and then I got to go speed round for the remaining four games for you guys because I got to get started. But on this one, instead of eating crow, Steven, I'll just get you a West Coast Seahawk, which is a pigeon or a seagull.
I hope it's not a flock of seagulls because if it is, I'll run. I run so far away.
Yeah, and you won't get away. All right, so on this one, I got Seattle 25-16 over Denver. And then since I got to get out of here in a couple minutes, I'm going to run down my last four for you guys real quick. All right, so the next game, Cleveland versus Dallas. I have Dallas 24-13 over Cleveland. Tampa Bay versus Washington. I have Washington 10-7 Tampa Bay, so Washington has that one. And then Detroit versus the Rams, a real close 1-point game. I have Detroit 14 over LA 13.
Look at that, a defensive battle. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up, man? And then on my final game, I have San Francisco 28-10 over the Jets.
Ooh.
And once again, I don't have, as you guys know, follow me, Hijacker Mike on Instagram, Mr. Mac on Twitter. Also, my Smoke in the Bay cigar review, which is going well. I've been doing it for a year. I have well over 2,000 followers on all social media platforms. As you guys know, I am a big Oakland Baller fan with the Pioneer Baseball League. I presented them, if you look on my channel, I have a short video. I presented them with cigars for their inaugural season over this past weekend. The players loved it, man. 87 cigars gone to the players and staff. They enjoyed it, so everything went well. And boys, I'm glad to be able to jump in with you guys as always. And this time I finally get in on the first week with you guys and run down the whole season with you. Like I said, you guys know where to follow me, find me, and chill out with me on social media. Guys, I love you. Thank you for allowing me to join you this week, and I'll see you guys next week.
Yes, sir.
That's good. Hijacker, peace out, bro.
Later, brother.
All right, guys. Guys, have a good one. See you in a week.
Yep.
Okay. So let's continue on here. We got the next game, which is the Dallas Cowboys going to Cleveland to take on the Browns.
You know what? I'll start this one easily because I've seen how it went last year. Dallas on the road against a team that can run the ball and a good defense. Give me Cleveland 20-13.
Ooh, outright picking Cleveland.
In the pound, Dallas sucks on the road. They get beat by teams that run the ball. I don't have faith in them.
Well, the only reason Dallas won on the road last year in week 1 is because they played the Giants. But give me the Browns in this one.
Oh.
I'm gonna go 24. No. 27-17 Cleveland.
I'm going to go with Dallas in this one. I'm going to go with Dallas in a close one. I got the Cowboys winning 24-21 on a game-winning field goal.
Okay.
Let's see. For me, I gotta go with this one. I gotta go Cleveland. I can't pick Dallas. Fuck Dallas. No. But seriously, like you said, Dallas is not good on the road, so I'm gonna go with Cleveland on this one. 21-14.
Okay.
All right. Next.
Next is Joey's Washington Commanders going to Tampa Bay to take on the Bucks.
You know, I'm going to go and start off with this one. Like I said, I am overly ecstatic to see how this new Commanders team performs this year with a new head coach, new ownership, a new quarterback, pretty much almost an entirely new defense. But, I got to go with the Bucks. My heart, my fandom is saying, of course, the Commanders, but my heart is saying the Bucks. So I'm going to go with the Bucks. I'm going to go 27-20.
I'm going to go with the Bucks in this one. I'm going to go Tampa Bay. I'm going to go 24-14.
I'm actually going to go against the grain. I'm going Washington in overtime on a game-winning field goal, 20-17.
Oh,
Wow.
baby.
Okay.
Worst overtime game of the year.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. For me, this is a tough one. Give me the Bucks in this one. I'm trying to finish one. Bucks here. It's going to be 23-20.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Sunday night.
Sunday night football matchup of the playoffs from last year.
That's
Yep.
right. The Rams heading to the 3-1-3 to take on the Lions.
Give me
Man,
the Lions in this one. This is going to be a dogfight from the word go. Give me the Lions 27-24.
I think this is going to be not necessarily a shootout, but this is where I'm going to say the Rams defense is going to finally stop being overrated and show what the talent they really have. Give me the Lions 41-23. I think that's just the offense is too much for that defense.
Wow.
A bad defense against a high octane offense, I don't see it. I think the Rams are going to do what they can on offense, but there's only so much you can do when your defense is getting gassed.
that's a good point, Kev. I'm going to go with Detroit as well. I'm going to go Detroit to outscore the Rams. I'm going to go 40-27.
Okay.
I'm going to go 34-21 Detroit. Oh, Detroit winning that one.
All right. Aaron Rodgers now meets an old nemesis.
That's right.
Monday Night Football.
It is the Jets. On
Kevin's chomping at the bit.
Even Kevin Rory's own San Francisco Niners.
I'll start with this one. I'll take the Rams.
Aaron Rodgers is going to last 5 plays this year.
I think he'll last the whole game, but I think Aaron Rodgers is going to get a slice of that humble pie with a new offensive line against one of the best front seven in football with Nick Bosa, Javon Hargrave, Leonard Floyd, Fred Warner, that group. I think Aaron Rodgers, we seen what he looked like the last year in Green Bay. I think this is his decline year. I don't think that offense is going to do too much. I'm going to go with the Niners 31-13.
I'm going to go with the Niners 34-14.
Interesting. I'm going to go with San Francisco. I'm going to go with San Fran 27-14.
All right, Ezra. Wrap week 1 up with your pick.
Obviously, I'm gonna go San Francisco. There ain't no reason to. And look, this is hopefully, and I do hope this, that Aaron Rodgers stays healthy, and I hope that he's able to complete this season without too many issues injury wise or any setbacks from the previous injury. That could happen at any given point in time. So as much as I didn't like him in Green Bay as a human being, as a quarterback, I want nothing more than as much as he could give this late in his playing career. So if he could give us a good showing this season, even with a bad losing record, so be it. You know what? He gave it his all. So, but San Fran, that offense and that defense is just way too much, way too powerful, way too stacked. And now that all the pieces are signed and everything, all the contracts are dotted, with Brandon Ayuk and Trent Williams now ready, set to go, this is going to be a destruction, man. Give me 49ers in this one. 33-20.
Okay.
And you know what? I will say this quick bit though about Aaron Rodgers. I think the NFL gods and the schedule makers just hate Aaron Rodgers for going into that dark hole retreat those years ago, because they could have gave him the Broncos for this season. Instead, they place him on the same venue where he tore his Achilles against now probably the best front, no doubt about it, the best front seven in football with a new offensive line. That's brutal. That is brutal. The NFL schedule maker said, you know what? Take your dark hole retreat, Rodgers, and shove it, because we're going to give you the hardest matchup we can find. Week 1.
Pretty well said. When you look at Aaron Rodgers, joining the Jets last year and all of the excitement that was around the Jets organization last year for the first time in God knows how long, coming out there drenched in the American flag, American glory, Monday Night Football against the Buffalo Bills on the anniversary of 9/11, and a nightmare came about into cold, hard reality for the Jets that impacted their entire 23 season campaign and had one of the most Jets of Jets seasons in quite some time, with Zach Wilson being so bad and their third string quarterback throwing a pick six of 90 plus yards against the Dolphins on Black Friday. And look, as much as shit as we give Aaron Rodgers all the time, because, just of all the shit that he's pulled over the years, at the end of the day, we don't want to see nobody to get hurt, because they're athletes. They deserve to be on the field playing the game that they love. Just don't act like a prima donna and we won't make fun of you. But, and all joking aside, I hope that Rodgers can survive the whole season. Because let's be honest, guys, if Aaron Rodgers goes out with another injury, let alone the first game again, or throughout the regular season after a couple games or so, this will be considered, in my opinion, one of the worst acquisitions in sports history for a major top 5-10 player in sports history.
I agree, but
all the money they've paid him, if he doesn't complete a full season with them, it will be considered a complete waste.
I agree. Well, guys, I'm about to hop off here, fella, and get ready for bed.
All right, buddy.
Later, brother. See you next week, man.
All right, Kev. Peace out, bro.
Week 2.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good one.
Yep.
All right, buddy.
Later, bro.
Damn, what an action-packed show today, man.
Woo! Yes.
God, got our prediction battles in. It is glorious to be back in action doing this again. I'm so pumped. I am, dude. Seriously, this is the shit that I look forward to every year now because
Oh yeah.
especially now that we got Hijacker involved in this, it makes it even better, man. It's part of what I enjoy doing the show for with you guys. Is these prediction battles and stuff like this. Going over the news is typical. We do that every week.
Yeah, but when you're doing prediction battles, that's where the fun comes in.
Oh yeah,
And for those that don't know, we do not look at these score or predict these scores before the games. We
Nope.
off the top of our heads.
No, we're doing this live in the moment. We don't have a line of predictions on a sheet of paper.
We don't have notes in front of us. We don't have, what's my score for this game? No, we wanted to feel real, organic.
Exactly. And there's more excitement this year because now that Hijacker Mike is playing this game along with us, it's no longer a 4-way, it's a 5-way battle.
Yep.
Gonna make for interesting stats at the end of the season. That's for damn sure.
Absolutely.
But
of course, I'm going to do the same thing as I did last year. I'm only going to give updates after halfway through the season and at the end of the season.
Okay. All
and
right.
obviously, for those that don't know, real quick, if there's some reason it comes down to a like a final game, as far as if it's that close, if you are that close to the score, then you will be declared the winner if there is a tie.
That's right, and that is how, Steven, you actually won last year because of that.
And I believe that was the Seattle-Arizona game?
I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken, because you were the closest to that score.
And the coolest thing about having, if the scores are close, with it being the final week of the season in week 18, is that you cannot pick the game that you want to pick. You have to pick the games that are available because people are going to declare a certain game as their pick'em game if it comes down to a tie.
That's right, and everybody has to pick a different game.
Yep. That's what makes this so much fun. This is all in fun. We love doing this every single year. And man, just feels so good to be back doing what we love doing on this show.
That's right. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and hop off here. I know we're about to close out the show anyways, but it's bedtime for me, and I got some snoozes to catch.
All right, man. Great job as always, bro.
Yep. See y'all next week, gentlemen.
Yep.
All right, we'll do. All right. Let's go ahead and let's close this bitch out the way we know how. Steven, ball's yours, buddy. Go for it.
Man, what a hell of a show. I mean, talking about the news and and at the top of the hour, and man, IU finally getting paid, and Williams getting paid, and Debo taking a contract, restructure to stay with the team. I mean, that was awesome. And then getting to these picks, man. I mean, this is a lot of fun. And again, for those that don't know, tonight's show was dedicated to the memory of both Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau, who were unfortunately killed in a cycling accident this past Thursday on the 29th. And Johnny was 31, Matt was 29. And again, our thoughts and our prayers, our condolences go out to the entire Gaudreau family during this difficult time and tragedy. And hope they can find some peace and some comfort. It's going to be hard to get through, but I mean, just if you see the family on social media or in any of these areas, reach out to them. Let them know that you're thinking of them during this difficult time, because this is just sucks. It sucks to lose one of the great, sports heroes of our generation. I mean, Johnny Hockey was one of the best players in NHL history. A guy who by Ezra, I mean, when you go to a team like, let's say, the Blackhawks, like when they were considered the laughing stock and they turned things around, those players stayed there during the hard times and got to the good times. And Johnny Hockey stayed with the Columbus Blue Jackets even during their difficult times and became a star.
Yep, absolutely.
It just sucks. It absolutely sucks. Again, rest in peace to the Gaudreau brothers.
Yep.
But man, great show with everybody here. Lots of fun doing the pick segment, as always. So excited to do this. And I'm looking forward to a full action-packed season in the NFL. And going to try to, been so busy, going to try to get Lance Meadow maybe on a pre-recorded interview down the line to give his thoughts on the NFL season. And obviously, we gave our playoff predictions for the upcoming season and the playoffs later on in January. And looking forward to a full ride of NFL coverage. We hope you guys out there enjoy the ride. We know we're going to enjoy the ride. It's going to be a lot of fun all season long. We got you covered from the regular season, the playoffs, and the Super Bowl. Man, what a time to be alive. Ezra. Real quick, follow us on Twitter or X at Owen_Sports Show. Facebook.com/Nation Sports Show, where we are live on Tuesdays at YouTube.com/Nation Sports Show. And don't forget to follow the Nation's Corner on Twitter at Nation's Corner, Facebook at Nation's Corner, and on YouTube, where they are live on Saturdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, 4 p.m. Pacific. But I think the show might happen early Saturday. I'm not sure. But AEW All Out, as you know, will be happening this Saturday. And Ezra, you will be there in the Windy City for All Out this weekend. And everybody enjoy the football. It is back. Enjoy the NFL. Enjoy college football. Enjoy baseball. Enjoy the sports. Enjoy the wrestling. Ezra, wrap us up, my friend.
Yep, RESSLIN, that's wrestling. Thank you, Just a Little Bar Jonathan Hood, for that. Thank you guys for joining us as always on the show. We appreciate you. Like, subscribe, and share with your friends, your family, whoever you think would love the world of sports, love our little banters about the world of sports. Follow our individual social medias, as it'll be in the description in this video, as well as below in our YouTube channel. Follow us there for everything wrestling, music, whatever you want, sports. Follow us there. Real quick, too. Also, real quick, I know this doesn't get mentioned. Real quick, a few notes here. Wanted to bring this up real quick from the world of Japanese wrestling. Wanted to bring up Hiromu Takahashi, IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champ, former champ. He's going to take on the legend himself, Tatsumi Fujinami, here in a few weeks or a few months. And then also, for the first time in 7 years, Katsuyori Shibata made his return to Korakuen Hall and took on Minoru Suzuki in a special event to support the legendary Takayama in Korakuen Hall. So it was a cool event. If you can find any proper channels for that, please check it out. And that's about it. So for Kevin Rory, for Joey Thornton, for Stephen Wyand, for Randy Gyron, Hijacker Mike, and everybody in the Nation Sports Show Nation, I am Mr. Vickery. We will see you all next week with another great edition of our Nation Sports Show. Take care, everybody. You have a great week. We will see you next Tuesday, same time, same YouTube channel. Peace out, everybody, and we'll see you soon.
Turn me up.